they were the program. I mean, they set the bar. UCLA had the name, but Arizona had the program. They were the preeminent program on the West Coast. They were the best program in the West.
Hey, Kelvin. Arizona obviously has had a history of success. Just being around the game for a long time for you personally, what kind of comes to mind when you think about the just the program of Arizona and the fact that here comes another really good program into the conference that's already one of the best conferences, if not the best conference in the entire country?
Well, I thought about that a year ago when they came into the league. I knew, it's kind of like getting, you know, anytime a good team comes into the league, I'm sure a lot of the coaches in this league probably thought the same thing when we came into the league. Um, but I go back way back with Arizona. I have I think, somewhat of a special relationship with them. We took over a tough situation in Pullman at Washington State, and that was about the time when Coach Lute Olson was getting the basketball program going at Arizona, and he created a monster. Um, it saddens me that there's a generation of kids that will never know what Arizona basketball was with Lute. Um, I was there with Sean Elliott, Steve Kerr, Anthony, I think it was Anthony Cook, Tom Tolbert, Craig McMillan, Khalid Reeves, Damon Stoudemire, Chris Mills. They were the program. I mean, they set the bar. UCLA had the name, but Arizona had the program. They were the preeminent program on the West Coast. They were the best program in the West. Um, um, I didn't dare strive to be like them. I just wanted to get where we could compete with them. They were so far ahead of. Um, there was only a few teams in the Pac-10 at the time. Mike Montgomery was at Stanford. Of course, UCLA was always good. Um, but there weren't many programs that could touch Arizona for a long, long time. They had great players. They had a great coach. But I think that separated them that made them so different than any other West Coast school was their fans. Um, it was like being at a Big Ten school fan wise, where most of the Pac-10 schools struggled to get fans to the game. Not Arizona. They have this uh, so many traditions down there. But a lot of the coaches in the league may not know the history of Arizona, but I do. The other thing I remember was how nice Lute and Bobby Olson were to Karen and I. Now we weren't very good. Most of the games with Arizona, we were never around them. We just weren't good enough. Um, um, but through it all, Lute was always nice, and I get well. He beat you by 50 every game. Everybody, no, it wasn't that. Um, he was just a nice man, and Bobby Olson was a class lady. They showed Karen and I how to be professional. I was 31 years old when I was named the head coach, which tells you a little bit about the program. It's not that I accomplished something; it was just you know my first contract at Washington State. I signed a 2-year deal for $82,000. That's 41,000 a year. Um, and I'm sure they thought that that'll give them time to go hire a real coach. Because I certainly didn't deserve to be a head coach in the Pac-10. I was just in the right place at the right time. And going against guys like Coach Olson at Arizona, Coach Miller at Oregon State. Oregon State could play with them when Gary Payton was there. Matter of fact, they beat Arizona when Gary Payton was there. But Arizona, I just always respected Arizona um, because they were the program. when I started out coaching. They were our Duke, they were our North Carolina, they were our Kentucky. That's the level of that's the shelf that they were on. And there were so many hard lessons I had to learn as a coach. It wasn't just Arizona beat us; everybody beat us. I mean, I had a year where we lost 18 in a row,